Today is June 13th. It happened to be Michelle's daughter, my daughter, birthday. But today I choose to give Michelle a little gift. It's an old gift. It's her engagement ring when we first got it together. That first year I proposed to her. The year the World Trade came down was the day that me and her broke off our relationship. I wasn't the one that called it off, she was. So it meant a lot to me because it was commitment on this ring. So I asked her for it back. And I received it back and it broke my heart. I just hope she accepted.
I have major, major joy in my heart. Raven is 13 today, and I remember the year thinking that my daughter, I didn't even think of her living to be 13.
Like this morning, my mother's like, oh, you should thank God, because like a lot of kids that's getting sick from HIV, I should thank that God that I'm still alive and stuff. Yeah, you could die, but it's not like it's... So that's all.
Last year, when Kitty and me had our separation and major falling out, I was wearing an engagement ring that she had given to me, and I took it off, and I told her I'm never ever going to wear that ring again. She crossed certain lines. Don't ever look at me and see my disease. I'm not a disease.
I'll be wearing these pants on Monday. Hello. With my new top. She got a DKN on, you guys. And this is from Mommy. My mom's handwriting. Yeah. Eileen. It's my cards. That's to my daughter with love. On the important thing in my life. Oh, this mad long, man.
That's right. I want you to read it.
That's on this.
Yeah.
To my daughter with love. If I have provided
Every month, literally, this kid had some kind of, bacterial infection. She had a lot of bouts. She had like 4 or 5 bouts of bacterial pneumonia. Raven impacted history along the line of research and children having access to protease inhibitors, which was the drug that made a paradigm shift in the livelihood of those of us infected with this disease. Raven was used to identify a dosage for children who were HIV positive. Here's my ring! So I'm going to be putting it on. When I'm through cooking and all that stuff, I'm going to be putting it on. I knew you got to get Raven.
It is truly, Lord, a time of trouble when your people are sick, when your community is affected by a disease for which so far there is no cure. But we remember, dear Heavenly Father, the miracles that you have performed in days past.
Chasing the green card is why I'm here today after 15 years living with HIV. Because each and every person, each and every male that I encounter promised me that they're going to marry me and I'm going to get that green card. Each and every person. And eventually one of them, besides giving me, I never got the green card, I eventually picked up HIV. And that's my daughter's father. If you're going to apply for a green card, if you are an immigrant, know your status before you go to apply for your green card. We are not being told, but we are mandatorily being tested for HIV. When you go to that physical, and they give you that envelope, when they tell you take it to the doctor, you're going to get a physical, but you cannot open that envelope. What's in there is the results of your HIV test that was ran on you. How are you getting your results? It is the INS officer. And the INS officer is giving you that results when you're there at your interview. And what he's then doing, he's stamping your green card indefinitely denied. You are then either escorted out of the room. It is happening. We are getting cases calling into the New York Immigration Coalition now. You're then being escorted out of the room in handcuffs. This has been happening in the past 6 months, right down to 26 Redwood Plaza. You're either being sent to an INS prison, either in Queens, or in some instances, like it just happened to my sister in October. She's now in a Pennsylvania facility, an INS facility.
I am out there doing outreach interventions in different capacities. I have to address a lot of the factors that led me to be positive. And a lot of these factors are the factors because of our culture, we don't talk about it. I talk about me being an incest survivor. I talk about me coming out as a teenager. In order for me to be with a man, in order for a man to penetrate me, I had to be high. I talk about me attempting suicide because my family didn't accept me.
I would love to have if you had another baby. I would stay home and raise the baby.
No, oh no, bro. Baby, I love what we have and what we are getting to. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot more growth here, but I'm enjoying this. Let's not get a baby involved with that.
I would want Michelle to have a negative baby. A negative baby.
You know what? My positive baby, I love her just as much as I love the negative baby.
I know.
So do not.
Why you think I'm
God
saying
knows
it
why
that
Raven
way?
is infected. Everything happens for a reason.
I know, but I'm saying since medications have changed, you can now have a baby without transferring it. And that would be something that would be beautiful that me and her could share together.
What? If I have a positive child, I have a positive child.
Yeah,
I love her.
Raven just like that too.
I love her.
Gay couples should have certain rights that they don't have right now.
In the last 2 weeks, more than 3,000 same-sex couples have tied the knot in San Francisco.
Me and my baby can
Just
get
today,
married.
former talk show host Rosie O'Donnell married her longtime girlfriend. Earlier this week, President Bush weighed in on the gay marriage issue, calling for a constitutional amendment to ban same-sex nuptials. But in New Paltz, the village's 26-year-old mayor says the president's call for a constitutional amendment motivated him to move forward with his plan to marry gay couples.
One of the reasons that we wouldn't be able to get married, and that's because of your status, right?
We won't be able to get married. We won't be able to gain anything from it. We would not be able. It's not going to benefit me in any way. It's really not. Until they remove these horrible laws about people being HIV positive who are immigrants in this country, nothing, gay marriage is not going to benefit me. And I want to have everything equal. If a positive woman marry a man right now, he can be her sponsor. He can, she would be able to get her green card. Me and Kitty, that wouldn't happen. So they could keep their shit. That's how I feel.
Time to party. We're going to celebrate. This is the godfather of AIDS housing advocacy. This is the man, and his passing. Look how we're celebrating it. We're going to Webster Hall. When you hear death, there was like some sort of a sickness before the person dies, and he was not sick. He always used to say, AIDS ain't gonna get me. It's not AIDS that's gonna get me.
Keith, my love. Keith, my love. Keith, my love. Keith got me out of a shelter, okay? So I'm gonna say I'm from Trinidad and Venezuela, and I'm gonna big it up for all the immigrants who got it up from Baltimore. Keith, I love you. God bless you. Keep up the good work.
Fear of dying, it's a feeling that it emotionally takes you to this level of, yes, I acknowledge I have this disease, and eventually we all gonna die. But we get so caught up again because of the stigma that's been attached to this disease. We get caught up in all these taboos about this disease, and that's what that fear of dying is.
There's no new monies for AIDS, even though we have all these large amount of increases of newly diagnosed individuals. We have individuals whose Medicaid, they're hearing that, the Medicaid being slashed. If we could identify funds to go to another country and kill people, we should be able to identify funds here in the United States to take care of our constituents.
This is Forest Soundview Avenue.
her what you need for in the morning.
I did.
Yeah. This will last you for the month, right? Okay. See, my baby's responsible. She got her meds. And this, we have to give them this at the counter. This is what gets your ticket.
We're going to Trinidad to go see my grandparents and my aunt. And I'm supposed to be going to Tobago. I don't know. That's what I heard. I'm supposed to be going to Tobago.
This suitcase is officially full. You know, her going to Trinidad and going to see my parents, it also too gives me hope. Here I am living in the United States for 24 years, and because of me, you know, contracting this disease here in the United States, I'm being penalized. And I mean, it's not just me personally, but it's like a personal attack amongst immigrants. Because of this horrible HIV ban law that the United States government, you know, have written into Congress, you know, here we are. Being, you know, not being eligible to get a green card because we have this disease. My dad right now, you know, his health is not in the best, and he's aging, and he's, you know, he's aging with, you know, some complications. He's diagnosed with early stage Alzheimer's, and a lot of times I just want to go home and, you know, give my mom that support and, you know, hug her and tell her, you know what, Mom, you know, I'm just grateful and happy that she's there to take care of my dad, and they're, you know, they're both aging together.